All right, let's get right into it. There's no doubt that technology has totally rewired how we all connect. I mean, think about it. We can find old friends, message family on the other side of the planet, and meet people from all over, in an instant. But with all this digital connection at our fingertips, are we actually getting any closer? That's what we're going to explore.
And this is really the heart of the matter, isn't it? It's the big paradox of our time. We've got more friends and followers than any generation in history, but so many of us feel more alone than ever. So what's the deal? Are we more connected or just less close? Let's see what the research tells us.
And this slide just perfectly lays out that tension. On one hand, you have the incredible promise of tech, this amazing, instant connection to anyone, anywhere. But on the other hand, there's the reality a lot of us are living, where real, genuine intimacy feels, well, kind of rare. The sources we're looking at suggest this gap is actually getting wider.
Okay, so let's dig into the specifics here. What are the actual costs of our digital habits? In this first part, we're going to break down the side effects that so many of us are dealing with every single day, maybe without even realizing it.
It all starts with this one simple word from the source: glued. Just let that sink in for a second. It really does describe our relationship with our screens perfectly, doesn't it? We're not just using them anymore. A lot of the time, we're totally stuck to them.
And this image pretty much says it all. When we're glued to our screens, it's like we're in our own little bubble, totally oblivious to what's happening around us. The source points out how this makes simple face-to-face interactions feel super awkward and just off. We've all seen it, right? A sidewalk where everyone's looking down at their phone instead of at each other.
And it's not just about bumping into strangers. Think about going out to dinner with your friends. The source notes that just having a phone on the table, even if it's face down, can make the conversation feel fragmented. It just breaks the flow, constantly yanking our attention away from the actual people right there in front of us.
This just hits the nail on the head. It points out this wild double standard we live with now. We'll leave a friend's message unread for hours, no big deal. But when they do it to us, we feel that little pang of anxiety. The source says it's this cycle that keeps us in a state of constant low-grade distraction that we pretty much inflict on ourselves.
Beyond just the distraction, there's this really powerful psychological thing happening. The source gives it a name: the comparison effect. It's what happens when we scroll through social media and see everyone's highlight reel, the perfect vacations, the perfect jobs, the perfect families. It's almost impossible not to compare it to our own messy, real lives and feel like we're coming up short. It's a direct path to envy and feeling inadequate.
So, if we're going to sum up the cost to our well-being, it's a triple threat. We're living with this constant distraction from our real lives. We're feeling envious of these perfectly polished online versions of people. And yep, there's a physical toll too. The research is clear. All that screen time, especially late at night, seriously messes with our sleep because we're just lying there in the dark, scrolling, unable to switch our brains off.
Now, this whole thing gets even bigger because this isn't just about us. It's about the kids who are growing up completely immersed in this digital world. What's the impact on them? The source material really lays out this clear progression. First, kids adopt these digital habits super early. From there, it's easy to become dependent on digital validation, likes, shares, comments, to feel good about themselves. And now, we're seeing a real consequence. Teachers are reporting that students are finding it way harder to concentrate on deep reading or to stick with complex problems.
Okay, so that all sounds pretty heavy, I know. But this is not a story of doom and gloom. Let's pivot, because this is the most important part: finding a healthy balance. This is all about how we can take back control and actually make these amazing tools work for us, not against us.
And this is absolutely crucial to remember. Technology is not the bad guy here. It's essential for how we work, learn, and stay in touch with people we love. The tools themselves, they aren't the problem. It all comes down to how we choose to use them.
So the challenge isn't to throw our phones in the river. It's about figuring out how to use these incredible tools wisely. And the goal? It's to remember what we're all really after in life, which is deep, satisfying, real human connection, not just a bunch of virtual metrics.
So here it is, your toolkit for a healthier digital life. Straight from the source. It boils down to 3 things. First, just be more mindful of our habits. Second, consciously choose real connection over virtual validation. And third, this one is key: establish clear boundaries for yourself. These are the practical steps we can all take to make the digital world a better place for us to be.
And that brings us to the final thought. Because this isn't just about knowing this stuff, it's about doing something with it. So I'll leave you with this one question to really think about. Looking at your own life right now, what is one small, simple boundary you can set for yourself starting today to build a healthier relationship with your tech?